all in all, in this lesson we did around 9 takeoffs and 9 landings. So the instructor firstly went through the circuit and then gradually intervened less and less as we went around. So then it was my turn. So after the touch and go, we want to get into a stable 70 knot climb. At Harden, going off runway 04, we're climbing to 500 feet. If we're going off runway 22, then due to noise abatement, we need to go straight at 1.5 miles to 1,000 feet. Once we reach 500 feet, then we start a right hand climbing turn. So we carry on climbing, maintaining 70 knots, make a right hand turn, and then at Harden we're looking out, there's a football stadium on the left hand side. We should be just around level with that as we climb to 1,000 feet, ready to turn onto the downwind leg of the circuit. So as we approach 1,000 feet, good lookout, getting ready to level off, leveling off at 1,000 feet, and then we're ready to make a right hand level turn. So back to 2,300 revs, right hand level turn onto the downwind leg of the circuit, parallel with the runway. So on this particular circuit, air traffic control threw in a little bit of a wild card, and we had to just circle for one rotation, a holding pattern, because another aircraft was landing on the runway and we couldn't get approach clearance. So we're just coming round now back onto our circuit track, and we're going to do the bum feeder checks. So brakes, undercarriage, in this case it's a fixed undercarriage, so that's fine. Mixture rich, fuel, so carburetor heat on, fuel pump on, change the tanks, engine, T's and P's are okay. Direction, okay. And aircraft airframe, and there are no other aircraft in the vicinity. And then we can call air traffic control and confirm that we are on the downwind leg.
Foxtrot Sierra downwind. Foxtrot Sierra, Roger, number 1 report final. Report final, Golf Foxtrot Sierra.
So at Harden, we come down towards the turn point, and we're looking out on the right hand side. There's a white house on the far side of the runway, so we need to slow down, revs back to 1,800, let the speed bleed off to 80 knots. As we come round onto the turn, first stage of flaps, and you can see the white house up ahead. So I want to settle into the first phase of this is an 80 knot trimmed descent, looking at the runway, ready for the turn. We don't want to turn too early. We want to be around 700 feet as we turn for the runway. making the turn now to line up with the runway. Still on the first stage of flaps. So you can see the runway up ahead. Settle for 70 knots. Second stage of flaps. We call air traffic control to confirm that we are settled on a final. Key now is to trim for 70 knots. Fuel pump on. Keep your hand on the throttle in case anything happens. You need to go around. Use the throttle. Gentle adjustments to the throttle just to keep the aircraft at 70 knots. In a controlled descent. As we cross the threshold of the runway, gentle ease back on the throttle. No throttle, allow the aircraft to settle onto the runway. Then carpet off, flaps up, full power. Right rudder to counter the torque from the propeller. And then we lift off back to a 70 knot climb. Maintaining runway direction until we get back up again to 500 feet. As I say, we did those circuits a few times, 9 landings and 9 takeoffs. The key here, we were saying that we just want to check the attitude, speed, attitude, speed, attitude, speed, attitude, speed, constant checks and slight corrections. Only slight corrections, otherwise you'll be ballooning up and down. Allowing the aircraft to settle, power off, hold above the runway for a gentle touchdown. So as you add the torque, you need to really work hard on that right rudder to counteract the propeller and avoid the aircraft drifting to the left. Okay, that's all I've got for you in this video. If you liked it, please like it, subscribe if you want to be notified when other videos are uploaded. Leave any comments, I'd love to hear from you, and I'll catch you next time.